I am live again. What is going on, people? I just uploaded my 8 passenger video, or 6 prisoners really, but my 8 passengers video talking about Ruby Frank, or Ruby Frankie. How do you say it? I guess whatever. I don't know how to say it. I'm saying Ruby Frank. I've heard it pronounced both ways. But that is finally out. I filmed that today. I don't know how it's gonna look because I filmed from my cell phone, and I normally film horizontally, in which I did. But like, I've been having a hard time editing videos. That's another reason why I've been going live, because I've been having a hard time editing my pre-recorded videos. I've been doing it on my cell phone versus my computer, because I use CapCut and I use Canva to edit videos. And I've been having a hard time with CapCut because it's not wanting to play my uploaded videos when I'm trying to edit it and all those other things. And with Canva, you have to upload it to Canva before you can start editing and saving. And for whatever reason, like, I can put it on Canva, but it won't upload into the upload section so it can officially be on Canva. So your girl been struggling with pre-recorded, but maybe it's my purpose to just live stream for now. I don't know. So yeah, but check out my Ruby Frank's video. I am talking about the downfall of mommy vloggers, more specifically her, because it might have been a cult. It might have really been a cult with Jody Hildebrandt and what's that girl name? Ruby Frankie. And they might have been a cult because Jody Hildebrandt had her own brand called Connections or something, and she would have Ruby appear on there, you know, all often. And I think what that was, and they touched on it in the documentary, is that Jody saw the influence that Ruby had, and she wanted that influence for herself as well, because it can turn into dollar signs. It brings more light to her platform, Connections. And Ruby believed in the word that Jody was spreading. And I think she was a licensed therapist, psychologist, and also a life coach. And y'all, I'm wondering, are some of these life coaches, are they narcissistic? Because I was wondering that. Are certain people, certain leaders, certain people in positions, do you have to have some level of narcissism or godlike complex about yourself? Is that like a thing? Because that's how I was feeling at the conference when I was like seeing like some of the presenters. Not to say that they are narcissistic or have a godlike complex, but that's kind of just what I was wondering. But yeah, girl. So with Ruby Frank and Jody Hildebrandt, Jody was using Ruby just for her platform, is what I can gather. And it got real weird and dark and twisted while I was watching the documentary, because apparently Jody Hildebrandt felt like her house was haunted and she was seeing things. And Kevin, the father who also felt those children, said when they stayed the night there, it was weird things that were happening. Hey. There were weird things that were happening. Hey, Alfredo. In the home, he took a picture of a handprint that was like on the a window. So I was like, who knows? I was like, to me, it seemed like Ruby Frank and Jody Hildebrandt were both demonic in some way. So I'm not so totally surprised that she was being haunted or she was tapping into some dark energy, or the things that she was putting out into the world was coming back to her when she was at home. I'm not surprised. But it's an unfortunate situation, because as the story unfolded and played out, you know, how all of this came to light is one of the children, the 12-year-old son, I think it was a 12-year-old son, they were staying at Jody Hildebrandt's house, went out and told a neighbor, hey, help me. He was emaciated. He was malnourished. It was a whole lot. CPS got involved. I'm talking about Ruby Frank, 8 passengers, and Jody Hildebrandt, the Hulu documentary. So, but to me, as I was like doing my research and watching the documentary and like getting on social media, trying to like look at things, it just seemed very like too good to be true that she literally was laying the evidence out there on the internet for everyone to see. And that's how she was easily convicted, because she pled to the charges And she got sentenced 4 to 30 years. Not exactly sure how that works in the state that she's in. And I also believe she's going to testify against Jodi Hildebrandt when Jodi goes to trial. So yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand how because and even in some parts, as I was like looking into her, right? Because I don't watch these family vloggers. I don't believe in, of course, putting your child out there on the internet for profit. Like, that's just nothing I, subscribe to. But I mean, this is a cautionary tale that's just been going on for years, because look at the Hollywood industry. Look at the children of Hollywood. Look at Amanda Bynes. Look at Lindsay Lohan. Look at that girl who put out the book. She was happy that her mom was deceased, right? Like, this is something. Look at the Olsen twins. Like, the only difference between now and the 90s is that we have the internet, we have access to social media, and it's a lot easier for people to put their children out there on the internet for money. And I was trying to find the TikToker, like when I was like editing the video, I was trying to find the TikToker who was being scrutinized maybe like a year ago for putting her daughter out there on the internet. And a lot of the comments were very inappropriate. And some people were saying that the things that mom was having her daughter do was pretty sexually suggestive. And so people were calling her out on her BS, because she's like, oh, look, no, nothing's wrong. Like, it's just a simple cucumber or whatever she had her kid doing. So, yeah, it's wild. It's very, very wild. Make sure y'all subscribe and like the content, and go check out my Ruby Franks video that I just posted at 12 o'clock, that just went live at 12. So, but I just wanted to get on here and talk about to see if anyone else had thoughts. Maybe I should have put that in the title, that we were going to be talking about 8 passengers and Ruby Frank and Jodi is her name Jodi or Judy? Jodi Hildebrandt. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. So, but yeah, but yeah, that's the only difference between now and the 90s, is that we have the internet, and it's a lot easier to make money and to put your children out there, which is why they need to put in place some new laws or stricter laws or guidelines in place when it comes to children making content. Because I know we live in a world of influencers, and a lot of kids are influenced to become influencers. Hell, I'm even out here making videos, connecting, building a community, talking to people. So I know they have the Kid Influencer Act. That is a proposed legislation. Hold on. The Kid Influencer Act or whatever, proposed legislation to basically make sure children who are putting out content, that money is theirs. But they already kind of have some things in place, because y'all remember that guy, what was his name, the little short guy for Different Strokes? Was it Different Strokes? And I think he basically was left with nothing, and like his family like exploited him, took all his money. Speaking of, hold on. Okay, speaking of, right? So anyways, I just want to get out here and connect. I know it's a Sunday afternoon. Maybe people are in church. It's a little slow. I just want to get on here and connect, because it's been real. It's been really fun hopping on live, talking to y'all. So I don't know. I just want y'all to check out my video, and I just wanted to talk to y'all. I may let the video sit for like another 24 hours, and I may hop on live again after it gets more traction, more views, more people look at it and want to talk about it, and we can like go live and like have a whole, I don't want to say not round table, but like a whole discussion, like y'all in the comments and me just on here just talking. But I think there's a deeper conversation to be had, because we do need to protect children, especially if they're going to put them on the internet. But people have been doing this for years, for decades. This isn't nothing new. It's just another form or another way of like exploiting your children to get money. And so she's manipulative as well. Ruby Franks is very manipulative. Like, she was literally putting it out there, like the things that she was doing, like her son having to sleep on a floor for 7 months because of a harmless prank of like telling a sibling, hey, we're going to Disney World. And because of that, she like took the bed away for 7 months, and he thought it was still kind of funny. So she was like in a video, oh, so you still think it's funny, right? Well, if you still think it's funny, then maybe you didn't learn your lesson. Girl, what is this? And then like it was another situation where her daughter forgot to pack her lunch for school, and the teacher was concerned, like, hey, Ruby, your daughter didn't bring her lunch today. Can you bring her something to eat because she's hungry and it's lunchtime? And Ruby's just kind of like, well, she needs to learn her lesson to basically pack her lunch. No, girl, things happen. People make mistakes. Your child is hungry. Go pick her up some Chick-fil-A or something and go drop it off. What do you mean? She's going to have to sit there and starve. Girl, narcissism on another level. Narcissism for real. And then the one that really tripped me out too was like, hold on, is when she was on camera telling her son to fake being happy. What do you mean fake being happy? That's why I was like, the internet is not a real place. I was like, people put out what they want you to see, and rightfully so, right? People curate content, put things out that they want the world to see. But to have your children out there and they don't want to be on camera, girl, that's why I like Gina Janine. Because like she does put her children on camera. She's not a family vlogging channel, but she does put her children out there. And her son, Ethan, doesn't like to be on the internet. And so she doesn't put him out there unless he gives her permission. And that's just how it should be. Like he's old enough. He's a teenager. I don't know if he's 13, 14 or whatever. But I say all this to say is that she gives him the option. She's not forcing anyone to be on camera. She respects her children and she respects their boundaries. This woman had no boundaries. And people who, I will say this till I am blue in the face. I don't know if I could turn blue. I don't think that's possible because I'm very melanated. But I will say this, that people who don't respect boundaries, don't respect authorities, and oftentimes those people are bullies, and bullies end up in prison. And look at Ruby. She's in jail. She's in prison. Bullies end up in prison for the most part if they don't change their ways, or if they don't. But she's also a narcissist as well. And I do believe a lot of people who are like leaders or a lot of these content creators, I believe that they all have some form of narcissism. Like she was narcissistic and manipulative, and she said that. When y'all go watch the video, when I'm talking about Ruby Frank and I'm breaking down and I'm putting in some of the clips, she talks about being able to manipulate. So that's just what she does. Like she manipulated her husband, I'm certain. She manipulated her children. But also Kevin, the father, needs to be held responsible and liable to some degree as well. I didn't finish all of the Hulu documentary. I'm assuming the children are back in the custody of their dad, or a parent or a relative or someone, because CPS, DCFS did get involved. But it's like, well, where the hell? I don't know. I have to finish the documentary because I did kind of jump the gun and make the video before I finished the documentary because I really wanted to talk about this. But it's just kind of like, that's what I mean. I do not believe kids need to be on the internet, especially very, very young children. But yeah. So with all of that being said, I don't see much interaction or engagement that is happening now. Maybe, people are busy on Sunday afternoon, spending time with their family, they in church, whatever the case may be. I had a little bit of free time, and I just wanted to hop on here and chit-chat with y'all. I wanted to stay on here till 1 o'clock, but I don't want to keep talking to myself. I was going to be on here for like a good 30, 40 minutes to an hour. But if no one's engaging, I guess I'll just hop off and see y'all another time. And just have whatever I upload another video, because I don't know. I think my next video I said was going to be about Wendy Williams. So I might do that later on today and get that posted today as well. And then I'll hop on live so we can talk about Wendy Williams. But if y'all don't have anything to say in regards to A Passenger, Ruby Franks, that whole mommy vlog cult situation that was happening, I guess I will end the live stream. So yeah, this is cool. Maybe Sundays are not the way for me to go live or whatever, because I don't know. But yeah, so all right, y'all, I will see y'all in another video. Make sure you check out my Ruby Franks video that I uploaded, the 8 passengers, or Dare I say 6 prisoners? Because those children literally were prisoners. And one last thing that really pulled on my heartstrings is this woman had the nerves to do an interview. And in her interview, she's talking about her 6 or 8-year-old daughter, and her daughter's like saying a prayer to God just so she can survive, praying to survive. And she thought it was funny. Ruby thought it was funny. If that ain't a devil, if that's not demonic, I don't know what is. How can you laugh at your child who's praying to survive and you think it's funny? Girl, go to hell.